sponsor is Rolaids. Just in case you go ghetto and buy a $5 pizza and you can't afford Tums.
Welcome to this week's show of Mano y Mano. I'm Jason, aka J-Ro.
I'm Nick, aka Wolfman.
And we're here to do the UFC predictions for the first show on Fox, UFC on Fox, on November 12th in Anaheim,
California, Honda Center.
We're just kind of relaxed today. I'm dressed in my PJs.
I am also.
My girl, her kids would basically say, it's coldies. It's cold out here in Vegas. So,
freezing.
On to the predictions. First fight on the card. We have Aaron Rosa versus
Matt Lucas.
A little bit about Aaron Rosa. He's a striker. That's it.
One-dimensional.
Yes, they both fight at light heavyweight, 205.
Yes, 205.
Tell us a little bit about Luke Duke.
Two-dimensional. Stand-up and wrestling.
So,
wrestling.
Yeah.
I think the wrestling's going to help him out a lot in there. Case in point, Munoz Lieben.
Yes.
I think he's going to pull off that. It's just going to be a repeat of that.
I'm going to go with Luke Duke.
I am too as well.
Next fight on the card, we have Mike Pierce versus
Paul the Gentleman Bradley.
Love that nickname, huh?
Yes.
These guys fight at 170 pounds.
Yes, welterweight.
Mike Pierce, he's basically a ground and pound guy. He likes taking it to the ground, doing a little Tito action.
Turn into it.
Tell us a little bit about the Gentleman.
The Gentleman, he's more of a one-dimensional guy. He just, stand-up fighter. But strength and conditioning is very, very good.
I'm gonna go with Pierce here.
Going with Pierce as well. I think the wrestling will help him out.
Ground and pound.
Yes, sir. GNP. Boom.
Let's go to the next fight.
Next fight. All right, we got Bruce Leroy, Alex Karasis.
I don't know if we're saying the last name
Yes.
right. It's really hard to pronounce. Versus Cole Escovedo, the Apache Kid.
The Apache Kid.
Basically, a little bit about Bruce Leroy. He is an unorthodox fighter.
Yes.
On the ground, standing up, you name it. You guys probably know him from the Ultimate Fighter.
A couple seasons back.
Tell us a little bit about Cole.
Cole, submission. Has good ground game. Very, very good. I think that's going to help him out in this one.
Yeah, I actually think Cole's going to win this fight as well. He's a better submission guy.
Definitely.
Bruce Leroy probably gave him little problems at the beginning, but I think Cole will submit him.
I think Cole has this fight hands down.
And this fight is at 135 pounds?
Yes, 135.
So we're both going with Cole.
Yes, the Apache Kid.
Next fight, we have Mackins.
The Menace.
Mac the Menace. How do you say the last name? Simizer? Well, the Menace.
Yeah.
Versus?
Robert Peralta. Problems Peralta.
Yeah, that's his nickname, Problems. Basically, a little bit about the Menace. He's an aggressive, well-rounded fighter.
Yes.
And Peralta is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, this is a very, very good fight.
They fight at 145 pounds. It's basically they're gonna, who can put their game plan on the other fighter.
Yeah.
Who's gonna break? I don't know. Who are you gonna roll with?
Going with Problems.
I'm going
Peralta.
I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna go with Mackins.
The Menace.
I'm gonna go with the Menace. So.
Alright, that's cool, whatever. Alright, next fight. Here we go.
Next fight. This is at 135?
135 as well.
Kid Yamamoto versus
Darren BC. Don't dock me on saying his last name, but I want to say it's Yuman Yama.
Basically, a little bit about Kid Yamamoto. He's known for his Japanese fame over there.
Dream.
He's got some sick knees. He actually has a knockout where he does a flying knee right off the bat, like in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, just runs up and boom.
Google it.
Sick.
But Kid Yamamoto hasn't really done too much in the UFC. I was really happy that they brought him over, but he had a bad injury, and he hasn't been the same. Let's be honest, he hasn't been the same. I mean, he's a strong wrestler, and he's got KO power. He's for his size, he's got good power. Tell us a little bit about Darren, BC.
BC. He's a grappler, you know, mainly just ground fighter. He is also a good ground fighter, but I don't think it's enough.
I'm hoping Kid wins this fight. Kid doesn't like being on his back, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to go with Kid just because I like him. I think he needs a win, you know, otherwise he may get cut soon. So
Yeah, I'm going with Kid Yamamoto as well.
next fight, DeMarcus, Darkness
Ladies and gentlemen.
Johnson versus...
Clay, Heavy Metal, Harbison.
A little bit about DeMarcus. He's coming off a loss against Amir.
Yeah, Amir Sadala.
Amir looked really good that fight.
Yeah, he did.
DeMarcus is he's a well-rounded guy. He's got heart. You know,
Yeah,
he's a versatile fighter.
Doesn't quit.
This fight is at welterweight, by the way, 170 pounds.
170.
Tell us a little bit about Clay.
Clay, all-around good fighter. He has stand-up and he has submissions.
Both known from The Ultimate Fighter.
Yes.
I'm going with DeMarcus here.
I'm going with Darkness, ladies and gentlemen. Darkness is into the building.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully he enters the building.
Next fight. This fight's at 145 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Cub Swanson versus...
Ricardo the Bully Lamas.
Another nickname with the Bully?
That's like 4 fighters already. They really need to stop. One's good enough. We all know that's fucking Gray Maynard. He's the bully.
Basically, a little bit about Cub. He's got a great ground game. Scrambler. I mean, he's a good fighter. He likes to stand and bang too.
Yeah.
He's a very cool guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him at one of the fan expos. Really cool guy. Tell us about Ricardo.
The bully. Yeah, he's a stand-up fighter. He has power behind his punches. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
This should be a stand-up brawl, but if Cub's smart, he should take it to the ground.
Cub should take it to the ground. He should win fairly easily. Cub is coming off an injury as well.
Yeah, he hasn't fought in almost over a year, I want to say.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Cub comes back strong. So
Cub.
Next fight. Dustin Poirier, the Diamond, versus
Pablo Garza.
This fight is at 145 pounds.
Yes, sir.
A little bit about the Diamond, Dustin. He's a striker. Plain and simple, striker.
One-dimensional.
Well, he's got a decent ground game, but he prefers to strike. A little bit about Pablo.
Pablo, submissions.
The Scarecrow.
Yep. Muay Thai, and his jiu-jitsu sick.
Yeah, basically he's a Muay Thai jiu-jitsu guy. It's basically the classic striker versus jiu-jitsu.
See his last fight. Won by flying triangle.
Yeah, Pablo Garza, flying triangle. Check it out. Google it. Very, very good. I mean, you rarely see a flying triangle, so check it out.
Who you got?
Man. I'm going to go with Pablo, the Scarecrow.
I'll go with Garza as well.
I think the Jits wins here.
Alright, next fight.
Here
we go.
Clay, the Carpenter, Gita, versus...
Ben.
Smooth.
Henderson.
Smooth like me.
Silky smooth.
A little bit about Clay. Wrestler, chin, heart. I mean, he pushes the pace. Clay is... I mean, he's a small guy, too. I mean, they fight at, 155 pounds?
Yep.
And he's a small guy. He can probably make 145. But he just... I mean, he's known for the long hair. He's just a good fighter. He's on I believe, a 4-fight win streak.
His last fight knocked Showtime out of title contention.
Absolutely. He beat Showtime.
Anthony Pettis.
Yeah, Clay just got heart, man.
Yeah.
I really like the kid.
Sick fighter.
Tell us a little about Silky Smooth.
Silky smooth. Sick fighter all around. Has power. Ground game sick. His last fight was against Jim Miller. Made him look like absolute garbage.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Miller was basically, a fight or two possibly from getting a title shot.
Yep.
And Ben came back and he's won his last 2. I mean, it sucks because Ben Henderson is known for the highlight show kick that Showtime Pettis did against the cage on him.
Look that up, sick.
Yeah, look it up, Google it. Ben Henderson, he took that fight really, really badly. He literally cried after that loss to Pettis. And he's come back and he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's a strong dude for 155 pounds.
Yeah, he is.
I think this is going to be a great fight.
Yeah. Who do you got?
I'm going with Ben Henderson.
I am as well. Silky smooth.
Sorry,
doing
Clay.
work.
Sorry, Clay. I like you as a fighter, but I just think Ben's a stronger guy, and I think he's going to push the pace and really show that he's one of the top 155 pounders out there.
Yep. I feel the same way. Here we go. Main event.
Main event.
5-minute rounds for the heavyweight title of the UFC.
Cain Velasquez versus
Junior Dos Santos.
Cigano. A little bit about Cain. He's a well-rounded fighter, wrestler.
Undefeated.
He actually won the title
In
Anaheim
against Brock Lesnar. Made him
Yes.
look like garbage as well.
Yeah, he's definitely worked on his striking game, but the only time we actually seen Cain get hurt was against Congo.
Yeah,
and,
check Congo.
And Congo didn't really have cardio. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. But
Yeah, exactly.
Cain showed heart, and he won that fight, and he's won every fight in the UFC.
Yep.
And
his whole career.
yes, tell us a little about Cigano.
Dos Santos, he's undefeated in the UFC, but not undefeated. He only has one loss. And his last fight was against Shane Carwin. He can work on his conditioning, I'm not going to lie. He looked a little gas. Carwin, given maybe another minute or two, he probably could have finished the fight. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but basically, Cigano, the fight he lost by an armbar. It wasn't even in the UFC, so he's undefeated in the UFC. He's a big boy. These are both big boys.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? I think the boxing goes to Junior Dos Santos. I think he's the better boxer. They both have power. I think Cain is a better wrestler.
Definitely.
They're both fairly decent, on the ground. Junior, we've heard that he has good jiu-jitsu skills. We haven't seen him use them.
Not in the UFC, at least.
I'm saying, Cain won the title in Anaheim. I'm saying he loses it in Anaheim as well.
I disagree about that. I think Cain probably pulls off this victory. I'm not gonna lie.
So that's pretty much the card. First event, UFC on Fox. It kind of sucks that they're only showing one fight, but what a fight to show with the Cain Velasquez and the Junior Dos Santos. The rest of the fights are going to be shown
Facebook and Fox Sports Net.
Yeah, again, it kind of sucks, but I'm definitely glad UFC. It's always been mainstream with us.
Yeah.
But hopefully more people will get to see it and so on. What a main event.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's too bad that whoever wins this fight's gonna get knocked out by Overeem anyways. But I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying. Overeem, the Reem is coming. You guys will see. Brock won't make it through the first round, but that's another prediction.
That's for next time. That's for next week or 2 weeks from now.
Thank you to our cameraman. Thank you to my nephew for holding up the cards over here so we actually see the fights. Big week for us.
Yes, sir.
Obviously UFC on Fox. We got the Raider-Charger game. My girl's coming to town. Can't wait to see you. That's pretty much it.
Yes, sir. Peace.